Overwatch is a game I am very much looking forward to. I can't wait to play it, and I really hope I get into the continued beta that hopefully will happen later on this month. The previous beta session was a huge success, and pretty much everyone I heard was saying good things about it. But if people had any feedback to give, what was mentioned the most was the fact that the game lacked an actual progression system. Blizzard quickly acknowledged this, and about a month ago even posted a video of game director Jeff Kaplan explaining two previous versions of a progression system that both were scrapped. The first system they implemented was a sort of perk/upgrade based one that focused mostly on power and durability upgrades. It was a hero to hero upgrade system which worked like this. You would play the game, level your hero up, and gain rewards like perks that for example would give you more damage or range, and later levels would unlock perks that actually changed the way some abilities worked. For example, Kepler mentioned that there was one perk for Reaper that when he used his ultimate he would instantly go to full health. This system would have been awesome if Overwatch was a single player game with a campaign, but since the game is about switching up your team composition on the fly, and every hero having a counter, making it so that you could have two Reapers on the enemy team that both work in completely different ways doesn't really work. You should at all times be able to switch your hero to counter your opponents, which is very hard to do if you have no clue whatsoever what perks the enemies are using. It broke the balance and the way the game is supposed to be played, which is why they removed it. The second system Kaplan mentioned was a purely cosmetic one that instead would reward you with cosmetic stuff as you level your hero up. Maybe at level 1 you'd unlock an alternate color scheme, and at level 10 you'd get a skin, and at level 20 you'd get a super cool looking master skin. This system sounds a lot like the one in Heroes of the Storm. The problem with this system was that it also messed with the way the game was played. People would repeatedly refuse to switch characters since they were super close to their next upgrade and really wanted that skin for their main character that they've been aiming for so long. Problems like this are bound to occur when you have a game that is about dynamically changing team compositions and a progression system that is based on what hero you play. Luckily, Blizzard realized this, and the new progression system that is coming is aimed at slight cosmetic upgrades and wants to reward you for your time spent in the game. My guess is that it will be somewhat similar to what most people discussing this matter is suggesting, a system that is tied to your account rather than to a specific hero. I read a lot of interesting opinions on what this system could be like, and I came to a conclusion that I think most likely will happen. Since they don't want to mess with the actual gameplay, a currency-based reward system is probably what's going to happen. Similar to the way League of Legends rewards you with IP for completed games, I bet you will gain something like Overwatch points for completed games, and for these points you'll be able to unlock things like alternate color schemes, hero and gun skins, emblems, and ultimately meaningless things that only affect the way you look. Actually, I also hope they implement some sort of ranking system, and I don't mean competitive rank, I mean like a rank that shows how much you've played. As you level your account up, you'd gain reputation, similar to the way Battlefield games do their ranking, and when you reach certain levels you'd get things like emblems or maybe titles. I feel like that's a good way to encourage people to play more without really affecting anything else. There were a lot of people who mentioned that they'd like to see a system that gives you rewards for all characters as you level up, like you reach level 5 and you get a different headpiece for all characters. Really, that's not such a bad idea, and I'd love it if that was actually the case, but I feel like that's not really a smart move. Obviously, they want you to play their game as much as possible, and having an in-game currency and have you buy your own rewards instead of handing out a whole bunch of rewards for all characters every time you level up seems like the smarter move to me, since most people really want to get everything for all characters. But that's just my opinion. Ultimately, it's up to Blizzard to come up with these things. I'm not a game developer, they are, and I'm sure they can come up with a great progression system on their own that rewards you for your time spent with the game. Even if a currency is not really what I want, I feel like that's the smartest thing to do, and I kinda have this gut feeling that it will be something like that at least. But hey, that's just me. Honestly, I don't really care too much. I'm gonna play the game regardless of what the progression system is like. But anyway, those are some of my thoughts on the upcoming progression system in Overwatch. If you have any thoughts on your own, I'd love it if you'd tell me in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, see you guys next time.